8. Expansion and connection. Through chanting, sound, and vibration, he who sings scares away his woes. Cervantes. In 2006, my dad was diagnosed with bladder cancer. Over the course of that next year, I saw his physical body diminish. Although his body was transitioning, there was healing that was occurring in our family structure. And I believe my dad was holding on to accommodate that. The day before he passed, I found myself alone in my father's hospital room. This was the first time I had been alone with him in over a year. It was also the first time my mother had been away from him, and although she regretted not being there, I know my being alone with him was for a purpose. As I stood by his bedside, he was mostly unconscious. His eyes were rolling in his head, but he was still fighting to stay. I'm not sure if he was aware that I was in the room. Then something very strange happened. I heard an inner voice guiding me to sing to him. I tried to ignore it, but I heard it again. In my head I answered, "What do you want me to sing?" I heard back, "Just sing." I felt ridiculous, I didn't know what to sing. So, I closed my eyes and went into my heart. In a moment I found myself very close to him at his headboard with my hand on top of his head. I felt myself toning into the top of his head and I began to feel warmth emanate. As I continued to sing different tones, I could feel his energy releasing weight and getting lighter. From the top of his head, expanding. When I opened my eyes, my dad was looking directly at me. He was conscious and aware. I was amazed. I asked if he could hear me, and although he could not really speak, he nodded his head. In that moment, I was able to truly tell my dad what he meant to me. He acknowledged me and nodded as I spoke. I told him not to be afraid. And I thanked him for all he had given me. It was the most amazing conversation we had ever had, so much of it without words. That night my dad left his physical body. After holding on for a long time, he was finally able to let go. I believe that chanting and toning assisted in opening his top energetic center so his soul could leave his physical body with grace and ease. The crown center is a bridge between the physical and ethereal bodies. A primary function of chanting is to amplify our spiritual connection and deepen our relationship with God. This was the beginning of my journey in truly understanding the power of chanting. Chanting. The word chant comes from the French word chanter, which means to sing. Chants may range from a simple melody involving a few notes to more complex melodies using many notes. In essence, the common chord that weaves through chanting in many cultures and religions is that chant is a way to expand our spiritual connection. It enables us to convey our emotions in another form than traditional speech. It is a way for us to have an experience beyond our intellectual thought process. In fact, chanting is the perfect practice to move out of negative, repetitive thought patterns and mind chatter. It can be done individually or in a group setting and is considered a strong pathway to spiritual development. Chanting is also an excellent tool to incorporate into your daily musical program to calm the busy mind. Most of us have experienced repetitive internal dialogue at different times in our lives, replaying a future event over and over in our minds in an effort to uncover the many possible outcomes, or reliving a situation that has already occurred, can cause a great deal of stress. Listening to and participating in music that features repetitive chanting occupies and focuses our attention on musical and tonal phrases and can take us out of destructive, repetitive internal dialogue. As our focus shifts, the story and stress can be freed and we can move back into a more harmonious state. Chanting takes us out of our normal time continuum and allows us to tame our ego. As this occurs, we move to a deeper state of relaxation. Seed syllables. A powerful way to become acquainted with the power of chanting is through the chanting of Om. The sound and syllable of the word Om, or Aum, is said to contain every sound in the universe and weaves through many languages. That is why it is called a seed syllable. When we chant the word Om, we expand our energetic field and open our connection to the divine. Although it sounds like a one-syllable word, Om is broken down into 4 syllables, each with a different meaning. Ah. The Ah sound represents the creation aspects of the universe. Within the sound of Ah we connect with ourselves on a physical level. The sound resonates in the lower abdomen and throat. Oh. The U sound, pronounced O, expands our focus and connects us to a higher power, which helps us open up to clarity and expand our essence of light. MMMM. This sound unites us to the essence of oneness. It vibrates at the crown of our head and bridges our physical and ethereal bodies and opens us up to a deeper spiritual connection. As we open up to this connection, we allow ourselves to pause and feel all that is silence. The 4th sound is silence. This is where we integrate the experience beyond words and feel it in our physical and energetic bodies. It's the space between the sounds. Breathe that in. Allow yourself to hear and experience the silence. I invite you to experiment with each of the syllables, chant them separately. And together, allow them to move through your body, mind, and spirit. Practice in 5-minute intervals. Then work your way up to chanting Om for 20 minutes during your week as part of your musical practice. You will be amazed by the transformational results. Utilizing Om is a great starting point on the journey to using chanting as a healing tool, and it is always powerful because it contains every sound in the universe. We never outgrow it, no matter where we are on our path. Many cultures and spiritual practices also chant additional mantras, which can be just as helpful and can assist many different areas of our health. Mantras. A mantra is words or sounds repeated to aid concentration in meditation. The origins of the mantra date back over 3,000 years and now are used in many religious and spiritual practices. Utilizing repetitive mantras can be a great aid in moving to a relaxed state, and it is also a wonderful way to use the sound of your words to move through anxiety and release mind chatter. While the chanting of mantras has been used religiously for thousands of years, I believe we can also create our own mantras, even if we are not religious. We can utilize the same principles but customize them to transform negative emotions, anxiety, and mental and physical stress. Creating a daily mantra exercise. Think of something that is going on in your life right now and is bringing anxiety or stress or is draining the positive energy out of your day. Keep this situation in mind as you create a daily mantra to help you manage these circumstances. Think about the energy of the situation and try to represent the negative aspects or feelings associated with a few words. For example, if you are in a situation where you're unsure of yourself, the negative aspects might be doubt, fear, and uncertainty. Write down the negative words that represent the situation. Now that you are looking at these words, you can see how heavy they feel. They carry a vibration that might be draining your energy. Think of 3 words that would act as a remedy for you and would bridge your current state to a more positive state. For example, 3 words that would be a remedy to doubt, fear, and uncertainty are trust, love, and clarity. Write down these words as well. When you look at the 3 positive words on your paper, you will see they feel much lighter. Read them and feel them until they are memorized. Begin to chant the positive words. Let the sound flow from your throat. And find your own rhythm with them. As you become more comfortable, play with the volume and intensity of the words and put emotion and feeling into them. If you hear a melody, feel free to sing. Chant the mantra until you feel lighter and more relaxed. Congratulations! Now you have another sound tool to plug into your daily musical practice. Create different mantras as they are needed in your day and know that you have the power to shift your day with sound. The great thing about chanting is that there are no external tools that you have to buy or carry with you. The voice that you have been given is a powerful tool that you can use anytime during your day. Studies have shown that chanting increases blood flow to the brain, provides exercise to the lungs and chest, and improves pulmonary function. 18. I invite you to incorporate chanting into your daily musical practice. Even 5 minutes can help you to release stress you are holding in your body before it becomes a more significant physical challenge. The sound of prayer. Although prayer is thought of as being part of a religious practice, prayer is also a way to deepen our spiritual connection and relationship beyond religion in a more intimate and individual way. Prayer is a vibrational tool that is sounding a communication with God. As we hear our inner and outer voice, we are sounding, acknowledging, and processing the situation in a different way. We are having an experience from our soul center. I have found that in this spiritual communion my whole being releases a sigh. The process of voicing our most personal inner thoughts can shift our emotions and assist us in releasing challenges and any unresolved issues that we are holding. For thousands of years, music and prayer have danced hand in hand. When we sing hymns in church, chant in Hebrew, or say Om in Sanskrit, they become a catalyst to bring the prayer into action, magnifying the words with music to amplify the experience. Drumming and coherence. For those of you who want alternatives to using your voice, drumming is a wonderful option. A great way to resynchronize, move into rhythm, and connect with others is through a drum circle. When we drum, it is symbolic of the heartbeat that exists in all of us. It represents the common thread that weaves us together. In a drum circle, we have the opportunity to participate and experience the different frequencies of the drums and their role in creating coherence. The low floor drum that connects us to Mother Earth carries a simple but powerful heartbeat. The high frequency of the small shakers connects us to the energy of Father Sky and keeps a constant moving pace. The mid-frequencies of the hand drums fill in, syncopate, and vary the rhythm. Feeling our internal drum, our heart, in train with the drums we are playing is a very beautiful and powerful feeling. Although the drums and players vary, there is an underlying order that is occurring. This order assists in creating more coherence in our physical body as well. As we participate in the circle and switch drums, we have the ability to understand that each drum has a different role. As one drum changes, it changes the whole rhythm, just as each one of us changing affects the transformation of the whole planet. Understanding the relationship of the drum and the drummer allows us to understand the dance of life. Our roles in the dance of life, just as in the drum circle, are constantly changing and transforming. Our vibration changes based on situations and events that occur in our lives, and very often we need to resynchronize and find the rhythm within a situation. Bringing order where disorder exists creates coherence in our lives as well as our bodies. Just as we have to find the rhythm to drum to a song we are hearing for the first time, new Challenges require us to shift and let go of rigidity. As we learn to bend and flow when it is required, transformation awaits with each new step learned. Sound tools for transformation. Here are some practical ways to incorporate this chapter's teachings into your daily program. Take a few moments to incorporate the OM chant in your day when your energy feels contracted. As you hear the sound emanate from your voice, surrender control of a situation and allow the sound to cleanse your mind chatter. Create your own mantras to chant when you are experiencing stress, pain, or tightness. Draw from the positive words you wrote down, and let the mantra move through your voice, creating a shift within your being. Make this a part of your healing process. Consider buying some type of percussive instrument to channel your energy. Tambourines, shakers, and hand percussion are reasonably priced and a great way to find your rhythm. Practice keeping rhythm with one of your favorite songs or see if there is a drumming circle in your area. Suggested music. OM Mantra by Deva Premal and Maitan. The exotic instrumentation of this piece invites you into a very pure, sacred space. The clear, lush voice of Deva Premal invites you to chant OM and connect with the divine. OM Shalom Home by Barry Goldstein. This beautiful chant was created based on the seed syllables discussed in this chapter. As we chant OM Shalom Home, we bring the intention of joining cultures together with the universal language of love music.